Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the Back Office Teardown Lab. I have a Nintendo Switch. Apologies for the shiny, but it does this. Look, dodgy Joy-Con. I'm going to be fixing this right now. So in order to fix your Nintendo Switch, you're going to need something soft to put your Switch on. So I'm going to use this Zelda thing, but we're going to use this. This is the really important thing. So clearly, to work on this, you're going to need some tools. And this kit conveniently comes with the spare parts and the tools required. So there's a couple of little screwdrivers, and these are apparently metal locking things. So those are the metal pieces that are going to replace the plastic pieces which have worn out. Now, I can't totally blame my kids for this one. I suspect you can see, they've been using it. Look how grubby it is. Basically, you're supposed to push this button. You're supposed to depress this little button when you remove the Joy-Con. And this one's actually okay, but this one's gone a bit naff. And I think it was probably my fault. I remember once putting it in the wrong side of doing something and it got real jammed in. Let's have a look though to see what happens. I think there's this plastic bit in there. That's exactly it. You can see there's a little plastic bit and it actually gets a bit rounded off, and then that's it. The lock can be defeated. Technically, you could probably just sand that back to being a flat edge and it would work again. But if you see here, they've got these metal versions in this kit. That's pretty much all you get. You know, there's no real description here going on. It's just, well, there is a part number. And the weird thing is, when I ordered this on eBay, almost immediately, eBay said, the item you've ordered has been pulled. You know, like it's not meeting some sort of eBay regulation. And I was freaking out with that. But it still arrived in the post. So there you go. So maybe the vendor of this has figured out a way of cheating eBay out of their money, or maybe Nintendo doesn't like it. So let's figure this out. I'm basically going to be guessing how this works. I've never done this before. And maybe it's better. Instead of using the old Zelda thing there, let's put a bit of white paper instead so we can actually get a bit of contrast. So this was, you can see here actually, so this is the Joy-Con that's knackered and this one isn't, just purely from the shape of that little piece in there. Do you want to do a testy thing? I think we can. What we can do is a little wee test where I'm going to dismantle the Joy-Con and see if I can fix that without actually using the metal things. So that'll be interesting, won't it? So it does come with handy screwdrivers. So this is a tri-blade screwdriver, which unfortunately doesn't seem to be bloody turning. Or is it? Let's see. Feels like, yeah, no it is. It's just crap. I'm going to be gentle with this because it feels like you could wear out the screwdriver. It did seem to be spinning a bit. That seems okay on that one. Let's get there going. It's a bit of a worry sometimes when you get these sort of cheap tools, and that they're made out of, you know, very thin, weak metal. Oh, look, there's all these dents on this Joy-Con. The bloody kids. I tell you what, children and my computers do not mix. I don't like finding stuff broken. Right, let's just get this pulled out. No, it doesn't want to come apart though. I wonder if you need if they're clipped. There's that one screw that does seem to want to stay put. No, that screw is definitely defeating my tool. So I'm gonna have to go have a quick look, see if I can find another one of these wing things. Oh, I didn't have to go far though. There's one just on the shelf. Yay, that's better. So look at the quality difference, by the way, in these two. This is one I bought years ago to do my Game Boy Advance, where you could fit a front light to the screen, and I think it came with that. How times have changed where you get just that little weedy thing. But if you've got one, it'll probably do the trick. Just take more care than I did. So I'm trying to just prise this all apart. We do have a spludger though. Yeah, a bit of a spludger does the trick. Ooh, look at that. A lot of technology packed into a Joy-Con, isn't there? You've got your battery, you've got buttons, you've got your little ribbon cable to this end, so that the lock is somewhere between there. In fact, I can see it. I can see the bit of plastic. So we're going to use the regular screwdriver now. It's got a regular screwdriver hole. What I'm going to do then is see if there's any way of restoring that without actually changing it. So we're going to remove that part. We're going to remove this little spring, it seems. Let's check again. So when you're pushing the button, by the way, look, that's depressing that in there. That's how that works. So I've undone the screw, but I can see there's a spring here ready to jump out any second. There's also another screw there. Maybe that needs to be undone. Come on then, what you gonna do? Okay. So that's taken out that piece altogether. So why have we got 4 of these in this kit? It's quite a generous kit, really. It looks like you only need 2. Are they sided? Indeed they are sided. So you can see actually the shape. So that's the edge there. It's got the hard edge, and that's the edge there, which has been worn off. Let's see how we actually extract that. So it's basically there's a big lump there underneath because it's sitting like that. Let me show you. It's sitting like that. And there's a hole in it for the spring, so that's what we can see here. It's basically sitting on its edge, and there's this hole in the spring. And you need a good light here because it is actually pretty hard to see. So I'm guessing this metal retaining tab is just a press fit. It is just a press fit. So you might need another tool, and I'm going to suggest that tool is a very sharp little screwdriver or something very pokey. In fact, maybe even a blade. Let's try this little blade. Yeah. Just about to put my finger in there with the blade. Be careful with it because it does look like it's gonna spring out at any moment. Right, so now you can see that part there coming off. And then there's that plastic nubbin with that spring in it. So I'm just bending it, and there you go, there's the spring. Nice. So that's it. That's all you've got. So yeah, you could easily restore this. In fact, let me have a look at the shelf. I have looked on the shelf. I'm going to zoom right in. Let's push all of this away very carefully. We've got a new nice bit here, clean area. So if that's the edge, so that's the edge now that's got the divot in it. And that's going to be pretty hard to see, but you can just see there's a nick. See there? If you take your file and you file it flat, that should really now stop that from jumping out. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I'll make the effort. Let's jump cut. I'll fit this back in. Right, the moment of truth. I've got it back together. I just haven't put the last 4 screws in because they're not really necessary for this test. I'm just going to slide that down. That's locked in, and I'm forcing it now. See, it doesn't want to come out. So I didn't need to buy the kit after all. Look at that. You can just fix that. I mean, I'm almost tempted now. Maybe I just won't bother. Okay, I'll fit the metal ones though, just because that was the point of this video. But you can end the video now if you don't have the metal bits and you just want to fix your Joy-Con, because I think that's fine. That's absolutely legit fix. But I'm probably going to keep these plastic parts so that I can use them again. So again, very quickly, I'm going to just dismantle this again. You could time it now. It's like once you've done something once before, it's a lot quicker, isn't it, that second time? So that's that part. Don't lose your little button here that goes in that hole. That does have a key. And turn that round. Right, so that's in the right way. Then we reassemble it. And then we're just going to need to pick up that little plastic doodad right there. That bit there. And by plastic, of course, I mean metal. This metal clip. Just like that, out of the way. And now I'm going to bend forward that piece and try not to lose the spring. I'm going to put that there because I don't want to lose it now that we know it is actually still working. It's just a plastic piece, a plastic working one. I'm going to pop that in there. Okay, just like that. Tilt this forward. I'm going to pop the spring in with it. There we go. Look at that, nice. We'll just put that clip over the top. Push that down. Now, I suspect the screw you're supposed to use is this silvery screw. That, if I rewind the video, I suspect that's the one that came out, but yeah, there's not much bite on it. I'm almost wondering if it's supposed to be the black screw, but I'll try to fit it up and we'll see if it, if it makes sense. If that black screw, the smaller black screw, this one is too long, then perhaps I've got them the wrong way around. So pay attention when you're doing it. Come on, you. Again, take your time. Yeah, that was the wrong way around. So in essence, actually, it's the small silver screw I think goes in there. Yep. And the black screw goes in there. That's what made a big difference, because I could feel there's no bite in it. If you feel if it doesn't feel right, like it's too tight or too loose when you're doing something, just stop and have a little think. Am I putting the correct part in the correct place? And you can see, look, that is fiddly. I'm going to just double team it now with tweezers and screwdriver, but maybe you're younger than me and you've got better dexterity. But there you go, that's in now, metal part in. You can see it there, telltale little shiny little metal piece there. I'll put that clip on there. Now make sure you don't mash up any of these ribbon cables in here. I don't think it will like that. And before I put in those last screws, let's just check that out. Yeah, nice. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Nice click there. That ain't going nowhere. Brilliant. So hopefully that's been of some use to you. You can see you get plenty in the kit. You can restore your plastic one though if you just want to use the plastic one and you don't have a kit. All you need really is just one of these screwdrivers that you may or may not have if you've already been tinkering with Game Boys and things in the past, and it's just got 3 lobes on it. It looks like kind of like a Mercedes sign on the end. Just get one of those. Buy that for like $1 on eBay, and then just a little bit of a file, and then you can just file out that sort of divot that gets created, and that'll work again. So thank you for watching.